correct sides. Did flip. Tweezers would have been good here. Okay, so now that's all good. My mosaic is on the sticky paper ready to go. So one of the things that comes up is my board here is a lot bigger than my panel. So the way...
You gotta come this way, not so high.
The way... Now I'm going to set my whole thing down in this corner. And what I'm doing now is making lines so I know this is where I want my board to go when I can't see it. Because the thin set will be here. And then once I'm over the top of this, I can't tell where my mosaic is. So I'm going to make sure it's centered in that space so that there's an even border. The side here is off.
No, it's on. Just
here. Side, and the bottom looks good. So that looks good. So I'm going to put this aside and take my set. First thing is to mix it.
Yeah, that's good. Move your whole board forward a little bit. That's good.
Yeah, it's great that you're still here. Put it right in the center. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take the smooth side. I have 2 smooth sides and 2 notch sides. The first thing, take the smooth side, that's it, yeah, and grind it into the...
It's my board.
Thank you. Wouldn't want to have no one hear that correctly. Cement board. And there's a scrapey sound that... Take my word for it. There's a scrapey sound.
Supposedly no one's going to hear this.
No.
Like you're saying.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So then you...
The thing you said before.
Right.
The...
F word?
F-A.
Oh, yeah. No. The volume will be off. Now I have to concentrate more. So now I'm just working on holding my trowel at a 45-degree angle, which is that. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
And pulling it across, and I kind of like to have it ride up high and go back and forth because I don't like that.
Down.
This...
Yep, I'm kind of having... It's hard to see it, but...
Okay.
Hard to see the grooves, I mean. When you get it all done, show the camera the whole thing in the grooves. Closer.
Yeah, so you can see there's a really nice, good?
Up a little bit.
Bed of thin set.
Yeah, that's good enough, I guess. Yeah.
And now I need to make sure that the depth is correct. So where's my little test
right
piece?
There.
Oh, here's my test piece.
Mm-hmm. My hand was in the video. My hand just got in the video.
So I push it, and it goes up.
Too high. There you go, yeah.
Like halfway, so that's a good amount of thin set there. That's a decent amount here, because some of my pieces are pretty thick and then some are thin. So that is also a good amount. Does the sun help?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's too high. You lose it. I mean,
and that's good. Okay, so I'm going to say this is good. But as you can see, right here, there's no thin set at all.
Yep.
So I'm going to just dab a little there. Dab some back to all my test spots. Now, the important thing in this next step, when I'm going to attach it, now I can get this out of the way, is, so I take my mosaic. So I never have to pick my mosaic up. The thin set will get dropped onto, is this in a good spot?
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's centered. So now I take my panel and measure up it with my lines. Pick up both parts, flip it over, And here's my mosaic attached.
You can't see it when you go that high. Come this way. Yep.
So the next step is to gently push down. I can see thinset coming up, and that's good. I like to know that there's enough thinset. More, and I'm kind of going more gently on some of the pieces. And I already know the first thing you really check for is to see that it's even on all sides before you start pushing. I forgot to do that. But it is good. But so then the next step is to push down pieces so they find the thinset. The thick ones you can really push because there's nowhere else to go. The super thin ones just have to find it, and if you can prevent it from oozing up too much, that's okay too. So now's the time also, if you have anything that didn't work out, you can fix it before it becomes solidified. But I have to tell you, this went really well. Problem-free flip. So after I've gone and really made sure that everything is in that thinset, which I think it is, I'm going to go and take the sticky paper and just like the mesh, slowly remove it. Very slowly from one side. Should I hold it up?
No, it's fine.
Sure?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Back and forth.
Whoops, so here, see how they're starting to come up? Yep. So the best thing to do is let it drop back down and give those another little squeeze and before you continue. You always use the sticky paper so that if a piece stuck here, you drop it down and it always has the exact same spot. They won't ever just flop off. They never have for me. So here's a piece that came up. Can you see that? So I just dropped it back down.
Oh, I can see it on the camera, but I see it.
It's still there. Sticker paper, I'm done with it, and set it aside. So everything is on, and it looks good.
You can come up if you want.
This piece, like I want to realign that. If you need to move anything, it can be done now. And the next thing that I'm going to do, because everything looks good.
Bring it up closer to the camera.
The next thing I'm going to do.
Come straight up with it, the whole thing, toward me.
Is remove the excess thinset, and since it's gray, I'm going to have to paint this because I probably won't want it to be gray in the end. But I want to get rid of those wedges, the lines of the trowel. And then you also remember that whatever you do in the thinset is that's how it will stay. So basically it's going to go be this.
Down, and that's good.
And do kind of want to have it go all the way, covering all the sides. Oh, it's a piece of tape. Get some more thinset. And you can really play around with the texture if you want. And one of the great things about this method is there's so much thinset. A piece like this I might not want to have to grout. So like the new piece I did last week, I didn't have to, I don't have to grout it because so much thinset came up and I kind of like the spaces. I'm talking to you, not the camera.
This edge you gotta get down. You can't see it, I guess. Okay. It's the way the board's cut. It's on an angle.
More. Okay. So, more tape. More. What the heck? Oh yes, another piece of tape. Make sure you get your tape off. Okay, so that's that. Then the next step is probably you'd want to wash your hands, but you take your barely damp sponge, and it's actually good to let it sit for a while,
down.
You want to kind of dab at the thinset that came up too high. Okay, so
Down.
there you have it.
And up. Turn the bottom up a little bit. Come closer. Up.
And just to show you the amount of texture, can you see a side angle kind of? There are a lot of different heights that are captured. You can especially see it in here. These are some of the thinner pieces.
Bring it up. Bottom up. Bottom up. Bottom up. Yeah, I guess that shows
Okay.
the texture.
Okay, that's good. You can turn it off. That's it.
GoPro stop video.